Alright, what's up guys? We're once again on the test server today, doing a little bit more gameplay, a little bit more testing of the new update that we have coming in Albion, October 16th. Today, our game plan is I want to test out the PvP functions of awakened weapons. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take some common PvE builds, I'm going to take them in various levels of solo dungeons, and I'm going to use a non-awakened weapon and an awakened weapon just to see which one works out better. We'll go from there. Alright guys, so the first weapon we're going to test out in the solo dungeons is going to be the Great Axe. I've got a pretty simple build here. I've got a Great Axe with a Scholar Cowl, a Hellion Jacket, Scholar Sandals, and a Thetford Cape. With one of the weapons, I'm going to play it just as is, and with one of the weapons, I'm going to try to awaken it as much as I possibly can to see if I can make it a little bit better. Alright, so we have found our way into a solo dungeon. This is actually a gold upgraded T6 dungeon, so it might be a little bit difficult. We're going to start the timer. I've already infued, and we're going to see how quickly we can get through it with the non-awakened weapon. Let's go. I apologize if my PvE skills are not the best. I have not done a solo dungeon in quite some time. We're testing this out for you people. I did bring poison pots. I'm just going to use them for bosses and semi-bosses. The rest of them I'm just going to use my skills to be consistent here. I'm realizing I have more than enough mana, so I might have wanted to go with a set of refreshing shoes. Perhaps I don't actually need the blue run for more mana. Thought I might, but I'm not really getting that so I think I just wanted a refreshing sprint on my shoes, so keep that in mind that this might not be the most optimal fame farming, but I'm going to do my best. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know a better build I could have done, better skills, better clearing methods. Share with the other people that might check out this video. I certainly definitely need all the advice I can get on clearing solo dungeons because I don't think I've done them in a good few years. I'm going to throw poison. Like I said, I'm just going to throw poisons onto the bosses. Solo Dungeons buffed a new update. I do know they have a new map layout and stuff like that. I don't know if they're buffed or anything. I'm not doing this because I think Solo Dungeons are buffed. I'm doing this to test out awakened weapons. Okay, we've made it to our boss room here. It is just a single floor dungeon. I'm not sure if all of them are single floor dungeons. I hope they are just for the sake of being fair here. Let's go. Gonna drop a poison, gonna spin on him here. Drop one of those. I don't think I'm in danger of dying, so I'll probably just pop the Hellion Jacket whenever he has a mob up to make sure I'm getting out my damage as efficiently as possible. And time. 9 minutes and 7 seconds. That's not that bad, honestly. I'm sure some people that are more efficient in PvE will be able to do it quicker than I was, but I'm pretty happy with 9 minutes and 7 seconds. Let's go and try to find another gold upgraded T6 solo dungeon so we can compare. Alrighty, so we have found our way into another gold upgraded T6 solo dungeon. I'm going to trash the non-awakened weapon. Equip the awakened weapon. I'm going to get the timer ready to reset here. Here we go. Obvious thing is that the dungeons are random, so the layout and the mobs and stuff that we get can differ, even though they're the same tier. No way to know for sure if this one will be easier or harder than the other one. So this isn't exact science by any means, but this is just a little bit of testing so we can try to make some guesses, some conclusions on our own. Okay, so we've gotten actually a second floor dungeon on this one here. It's already a little bit different, but we did get through the first floor in exactly 2 minutes. I mean, I feel like I noticed a difference. It seems faster, doesn't it? Okay, clicking on the chest. I regain my HP here. Gonna throw a poison out. Alright, and time. That one was 7 minutes and 59 seconds. That was a 2-floor dungeon as opposed to the first floor dungeon. Obviously the layouts are a little bit different, so you can kind of form your own opinion based on the different layouts and stuff like that and make your own decision on which one was quicker. I could definitely feel the power of the awakened weapon. I did feel like the awakened weapon fame farmed quicker. Personally, so I think it does make a pretty big difference. Alright, so next build we're going to do, it's a pretty classic one. It's a light crossbow with the cultist cowl, the druid robe, refreshing sprint on the shoes, crypt candle, and a limhurst cape. We're going to try a little bit harder dungeons with this one, and again we're going to keep track of the time and see if the awakened one is that much stronger than the non-awakened one. Alright guys, so we made our way into a T7 solo dungeon this time. Now we have our light crossbow build. First one we're going to test out, farming it with the non-awakened weapon and see how it goes. First floor done, on to the second floor. There's my cape. Cape good. Alright, we've made it to the boss here. Throw poison, drop one of these, drop one of these, drop one of these. One of these. Alright, and time. 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Honestly, not that bad at all. 7 minutes and 11 seconds, and that's with the non-awakened light crossbow. So now we're going to leave this dungeon. I'm going to try to find one. Test the awaken. Alrighty, so we have found the same type of dungeon to check out the awakened crossbow now. This one is actually a gold upgraded T7, so it's actually technically a little bit harder than the last one. So keep that in mind when you're comparing the clear times and all that sort of stuff. Let's go. One thing I will say is that the upgraded weapon definitely drains mana a little bit more. Obviously, there's mana options that I could have put. I could have put a blue run on, or I simply could have added a trait that gave me more mana on the weapon itself. And I definitely think if you're doing the awakened one with higher IP, that might be a reasonable choice to make. I'm gonna throw a poison, bomb. I'm completely open. My cape will go off pretty soon. As soon as my cape goes off, we're fine here. There it goes. Tend to open the chest. Keep moving. Alright, so we've made it to the second floor here. I really hate those two. Me too. Alright, this one's a third floor, it seems. Alright, so we made it to Athos. Big Athos. Okay, I've once again run out of mana. Alrighty, and time. 1446. Now, I realize this one took a lot longer than the non-awakened version. I would say that the map layout was much harder on this one, and because it was a gold one, the mobs were significantly harder. So in terms of comparison, it's hard to get too much of a consensus off of that one, but I do still think the Awakened one goes a little bit quicker. All right, in upgrading the Blood Moon Staff, I opted to go with IP, Auto Attack Damage, and Lifesteal. I have a build that has double Stalker Jacket, so we're intending just to do as much damage as possible and allowing the lifesteal of my food, as well as the staff to sustain me on its own. Alright guys, so we have managed to find an 8 T8 dungeon that has been upgraded to purple. We have our Blood Moon Staff, we have a Spectre Hood, Stalker Jacket, Refreshing Sprint Shoes, with a Thepford Cape, and just some lifesteal food. We are going to start with the non-awakened one, just the basic Blood Moon Staff, and see how it goes. We're at the boss. All right, and time. 6 minutes and 34 seconds for an 8-3. That's pretty quick, to be honest with you. That is pretty quick. Go find another one and test the Awakened weapon. All right, folks, so we have managed to make our way back in to another solo dungeon, another 8-3 solo dungeon. This time I've got the Awakened Blood Moon Staff. We can compare the difference starting now. All right, 6 minutes and 20 seconds on that one. Now, I think an obvious thing you'll probably notice if you watch this whole video is that we didn't get the same layout, we didn't get the same number of floors, we did not get the same bosses. So comparing in terms of time between the both is a little bit hard to do. I will say just from playing, the awakened weapons felt excessively strong in comparison to the non-awakened weapons. The cooldowns, the rotations and stuff were all a little bit easier with the awakened weapons, especially this Blood Moon staff. Having that lifesteal added on there, as well as lifesteal food, makes you just so unbelievably tanky on a build that has no Merc Jacket, no Hellion Jacket. You can basically just rotate your cooldowns and just continuously go. Sitting in animal form allows you to regen mana as well, which makes it even easier. So that's our journey today, comparing the solo dungeon clearing speed of non-awakened weapons and the new awakened weapons. I hope you enjoyed it with me. Make sure you check out my other videos if you want more info on the new update that's coming October 16th. I'll see you next time. Thanks.